Hi friends, welcome to LTX classes. I'm your Vamsi. So in the last two videos, we try to understand how do we approach for CAT quantum. So in the next couple of videos, we are trying to understand how do we solve the questions of DI, data interpretation, and logical reasoning. You all know it very well, logical reasoning and then data interpretation put together, that is given as one set. In CAT 2021, the number of questions were 20. In the 20 questions, there were two sets of 6 questions, and there were another two sets of 4 questions each. That's how the distribution of the CAT DA was. ఇవాళ మనం డిస్కస్ చేసే దాంట్లో CAT DAలో ఎటువంటి మోడల్స్ ఉన్నాయి, how we are going to approach, how do we solve that kind of questions, how do we select the problems, by looking at the problem, how do you judge this is something like a doable problem or not. That's all overall we will be discussing today. Let us start. Give me a second to share my screen. Stay tuned. Yes. I hope you all can see my screen now. Now, if I have to understand my friends, CAT DI, the kind of questions we are getting, number one, problems on tables, wherein you will be getting a specific table and then you need to solve the problems of the tables. You will be having problems on pie charts. In this pie chart, there is a percentage pie chart, there is a degrees pie chart. You will be having problems on bar graphs. You will be having problems on linear graphs. You will also have problems on the basis of puzzles. When I say it's a puzzle, anything that is bound to some restrictions, it can be on a games and sport, it can be on a knockout or tournaments, it can be anything else. So that is, we define it as a puzzle here. We will try to understand each and everything. Today in my session, I will be handling the pie chart models. But there's no wonder to say you don't have to be flabbergasted to understand this. If you have to solve the questions, after data interpretation, particularly pie charts, you don't require anything. You just have to be perfect with the topic of percentage profit and loss. That's it. Ideally, percentage topic. You all know in percentages, from fraction 1 up to fraction 15, that is 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, till 1 by 15. I must be well accustomed with the related percentages. For example, tomorrow, if I look at 1 by 15, if I don't know, this is going to be 6.66%. If I 1 by 7 is a 14.28%. If a 1 by 11 is a 9.09%. If these numbers are not on my fingertips, I will not be able to crack my DA well. Particularly pie charts are concerned, there's no wonder to say never take a risk of leaving a pie chart in a CAT or any allied exams, because the task of the questions will be very simple. Today, I'm here to tell you, to show you that these are the best models we are having while we are solving the questions of DI. Fine. How do we approach the models? First and foremost thing is, as you know, in quant, ideally, every question is an individual question. There's nothing like I'll be solving a set of 5 questions and then I'll try to understand the data. However, in DI, like I discussed just now, in CAT 2021, there were 20 questions. There are 2 questions of 6 sets, 6 questions each, 2 sets. And there were another 2 sets of 4 questions each. That is, I mean to say, when I read a data, when I understand the given information, in one go, I'm about to solve 6 questions. In one go, I'm about to solve 4 questions. So it makes a huge sense for me to understand what it is. Okay, let us see this one. They're talking about something like a housing 36.2 degrees, savings, this is 98.6 degrees, miscellaneous 82 degrees, transportation 54.8 degrees, blah, blah, blah. Great. The total income, monthly income of Jyoti Mishra is 45K. There is 45,000 here. Let me read the questions. The very first question, the total amount spent by Jyoti on fooding and transportation together constitute what % of her monthly salary? Excellent. Next question, By what percentage the amount saved is more than the amount spent on miscellaneous? Badhiya hai. The next question, the total amount spent on housing and fooding together is what percent of the total amount saved and spent on electricity? Excellent. Next question, she cut down her miscellaneous expenses by 20% and invest this amount as a part of saving and the rest all expenses remain the same, then the measure of the central angle formed by savings is what? Do you have any other questions? What the combined amount spent on fooding and then housing? So much before I kickstart, let me have a fair idea on what the information given. I developed some idea by now. In this question, you all can see there is something like a 58.2 degrees. You all can see there is something like a 36.2 degrees here. Now, you cannot expect an individual sitting in the examination. You find 36.2 degrees of what is the total pie chart value, and then you arrive at a number. And this number 45,000 luckily is a very convenient number. So if not, if they have given tomorrow 45,122, it's a very complicated calculation. But when I'm reading the question, I can understand something except question number 5, wherein it is talking about the exact number. Rest all questions, they are talking about the comparison in the form of percentages. Did you all observe? I will repeat again. I'm saying, manandariki ardham kavalsindi, question number 5 lo exact spending enta, money enta ani adigaru. But if you look at 1, 2, 3, 4 questions, more or less this forms what degrees, by how much percentage this number is better than the other number. These are the kind of questions. Every question is on comparison of percentage and then degrees here. So I can understand something. Let them give 45,000, let them give 68,000, 1,32,000, blah, blah, blah. I don't have to bother about the number. I will take the total salary of Jyoti Mishra is 360 rupees. Why I'm taking 360 rupees? Because it's a degrees pie chart. Had it been a percentage pie chart, I would have taken it as 100 rupees. Now let's kickstart the problem. But this is not going to be applicable for the last question, because in the last question, I'm not here to find the percentage. I'm not here to find the degrees. I'm here to find the exact number. So I cannot use this for the last question. Rest all questions, I'll only touch the number 360. Now housing is 36.2 degrees. How do you define it? 36.2 degrees out of total 360 degrees. But you are assuming her total salary is 360 rupees. That's why the value is 36.2 rupees. So whatever the header having the value of degrees, the same value is going to be the expenditure on housing, is going to be the expenditure on savings, blah, blah, blah. Let me go to the very first question. What is the first question? The amount spent by Jyoti on fooding and transportation together constitute what percent of her monthly salary? Fooding and transportation together. Her fooding is how much? 72.6. Transportation 54.8. Put together 4, 7, 12, 127. All of you okay? The total value is 360 rupees. Looking at 120, 360, easily I can guess 360 may 1/3, which is equal to 120 rupees. But this number is more than 120. So my answer is close to 33.33, little better than 33.33. This cannot be my answer. This cannot be my answer. At this point in time, these two looking to be a favorable answers for me, right? Let's go to the next one. In 360, if I look at 10%, the value is 36. The additional value of 7.4. 1% equal to 3.6, 2% equal to 7.2. This number is more than 7.2. That's why I have to add another 2% here. For a 33.33, if I add 2, it is 35.33 plus percentage, slightly more than that. So if I look at the option choice here, by looking at the option choice, this has to be the answer. It will not go up to 45. Straight away, I can say my answer is the fourth option. I will repeat again. Here I'm supposed to find what is 127.4 as a percent of 360. I don't have that much time. Looking at 360, one third is 120. Up to 120, it is 33.33 because one third fraction. I'm left with the additional 7.4. You all know in 360, 1% is 3.6, 2% is 7.2. I'm very close to the balance. So my answer will have another 2 points. That is 35.33. Next question. By what percentage the amount is more than the amount in tons? You know, for me to solve this. What is the question right now? The question is all about by what percentage the amount saved is more than the amount spent on miscellaneous. Amount saving is 98.6, more than the amount spent on miscellaneous, 82. By how much percentage 98.6 is more than 82? It is more by 16.6 upon 82. All of you okay? It is more by how much? 16.6 upon 82. I need to find what is 16.6 upon 82 into 100. I don't have time to do that. Take 82. We all know that 10% of this is 8.2. 20% of this is 16.4. That is up to 16.4. The value is going to be 20%. But here I have a value of 16.6, right? I have a value of 16.6. So my percentage is very close to 20, slightly more than 20. Let us look at the option choice first. Very close to 20, slightly more than 20. I have 1, 2, 3 options, but this is not going to be answer. Let me go for a clarity till the last minute. So what are the number given here? The number given here is up to 16.4. We already reached, but I have 16.6. There is still a balance of 0.2. In 82, 1% is 0.82. 0.25% is 0.20 blah blah blah. So 0.2, 0.2, I have to take another 0.25 percentage. My answer should be close to 20.25 percentage. Look at the option choice. Do I find anything on 20.25? Yes, I find in the second option. I repeat again, look at the board carefully. Now you mean to say this number, which number? 16.6 upon 82. What is the percentage? I'm simply saying, if you take 82, 10% of this is 8.2, 20% of this is 16.4. However, I need a value of 16.6. I have a balance of 0.2. If I can find a 0.2 as a percent of 82, my problem is solved. And in 82, 1% is 0.82 by fourth, 0.25% is by fourth, 0.2. That is matching my requirement. So my answer is 20 plus 0.25. 20.25% is the answer. Clear? Let me go to the third question. Total amount spent on housing and fooding together is what percent of the total amount saved and spent on electricity? Saving plus electricity, housing plus fooding is what? Let me just pick the number. Housing plus fooding. Housing 36.2, fooding 72, 36.2, 72.6. By saving plus electricity. Saving 98.6, electricity 15.8. 98.6, 15.8. 98.6, 15.8. Simplify the expression. 3672, 108.8, 9815, the value is 113. 113 plus 0.6.8, 1.4, 114.4. We are asked to find what this percentage is. All of you, please focus on the board very carefully. I'm supposed to find 108.8 as a percent of 114.4. What is the value? I don't know how to solve this question, but I have few common sense points through which we can solve it. If I look at 114.4, options are quite distinct. Let me first check, will it form 90% or not? 10%, 11.44. 90%, 9 for the 36. 36 plus 3, 39.3. 9 plus 3, 12 to 1. 9 plus 1, 10. Up to 102.96, it is 90%. But this is 108.8. That's why the value is more than 90%. This cannot be the answer. This cannot be the answer. All of you okay? Now you already discussed that your value of 10% is 11.44. Half of 5% will be by 2. 11 by 2, 5 times 0.72. If I add 5.72, the overall value will be 86801. Up to 108.68. This is 108.8. So 90 plus 5, 95. The answer should be slightly more than 95. 92 will not work. That's why the only option is third option. Please understand, my friends, had it been a CAT exam, your only job is 36.2 plus 72.6 divided by 98.6 plus 15.8. You can use an online calculator. But if you are sitting with a few non-CAT exams wherein the online calculator is not there, you have to do a manual calculation. But having said, you all know that today at LTX, I myself am Mr. Vamsi, taking this session as an intro session, right? We didn't start the topic of percentage set. We didn't start the topic of DI at. As a result, this is a basic level question. Going forward, you don't expect a very simple problem like this. You'll be having a very decent application of the basics. That's what I keep saying every time here. But you should know how to handle the problems of this kind. Without getting into a deeper calculations, you would have seen you'll be able to solve the problem just by using your common sense. So I repeat my statement again, my friends. Not only a sense of humor, let's have common sense as well while you solve the questions of DI. Okay, let's see. If she cuts down her miscellaneous by 20% and invests this amount as a part of her savings and rest all expenses remain the same, miscellaneous 20% cut. ఈ అమౌంట్ తీసుకెళ్ళి ఎక్కడ పెట్టారు? సేవింగ్లో పెట్టారు. మిగిలినన్నీ సేమ్గా ఉన్నాయి. ఇప్పుడు సేవింగ్ ఏమవుతుంది అని అడిగారు. దీనికోసం ఇంత కష్టం ఎందుకు? మనం క్వశ్చన్ పోదాం. In this question, it is given again the same old story. Let me erase these numbers here. It's very simple. Yes. మన దగ్గర మిస్లీనియస్ 82 రూపీస్ ఉండే, సేవింగ్ 98.6 రూపీస్ ఉండే, మిగిలినవన్నీ ఆల్ ద సేమ్. ఇప్పుడు ఈ మిస్లీనియస్లో 20% అంటే 1/5 తీసుకోండి. ఎంత అవుతుంది? 1 time 32 6 times 0.4. ఈ 16.4 అని తీసుకెళ్ళి ఇందులో కలపమన్నారు. ఇందులో కలిపాను. 0 5 1. This is 11. Let me repeat the whole concept again. Miscellaneous 82 rupees లో 20% అంటే 1/5. 1/5 అంటే ఎంత వచ్చింది? 16.4 రూపీస్ కదా. ఈ 16.4 రూపీస్ని తీసుకెళ్ళి సేవింగ్లో పెట్టమన్నారు. సేవింగ్ మన దగ్గర 98.6 ఉండే దాంట్లో మనం 16.4 కలిపినాము. సో దట్ యు ఆర్ గెటింగ్ ఎ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ 115. Now your saving value 115, but total 360 value will not change. You all know that. For a simple reason, you are taking from one place to the other place. You are not adding any new value. So saving right now is 115 degrees because total value is not changing. So my answer of saving has to be 115. 115 is the answer. If they ask you what is the percentage, then you need to convert this 115 into percentage. That's how the ball game changes. Let's go to the next question. What are the combined amount spent on fooding and then housing? Mananta discuss cheskunte, if you guys can recollect at the beginning, ఈ ఒక్క ప్రాబ్లం కి మీరు 45,000 అనే నంబర్ ని యూస్ చేయాలి. ఎందుకంటే మీరు ఎగ్జాక్ట్ అమౌంట్ స్పెండ్ చేయాలి, ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి కనుక. ఫుడింగ్ అండ్ హౌసింగ్. నౌ లెట్స్ గో టు ఫుడింగ్. 72.6 and housing 36.2, which is 8, 10, which is close to 108.8. Okay, 108.8 degrees upon 360 degrees. Total value is 45,000. Okay, మనకు ఒకసారి ఆప్షన్ చాయిస్ చూద్దాం. ప్రతిసారి ఆప్షన్ చూడంగా నాకు ఒక క్లారిటీ వస్తుంది. అంటే డూ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు గో డీపర్ ఇన్ టు ద క్యాలిక్యులేషన్, ऐसा ऊपर ऊपर कर सकते क्या? లెట్స్ సీ వన్స్. ఇప్పుడు ఈ నెంబర్ చూస్తుంటే నాకు అంత క్లోజ్ ఆప్షన్స్ ఏం కనపడలా. మనందరికీ తెలుసు 2018s అని 618s ఆర్ 108. ఆ 0.8ని కొంతసేపు పక్కన పెట్టేద్దాం. నౌ లెట్స్ సింప్లిఫై ద ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్. 10, 3. 0 gets cancelled. So my answer is 13,500, right? 3 into 4,500 right now, which is 13,500. ఇది ఎప్పుడైతే నేను 108 తీసుకుంటే, కానీ అక్కడ ఉన్నది 108.8 ఉంది అంటే దాని వాల్యూ స్లైట్లీ మోర్ ఉండాలి. నా ఆన్సర్ 13,500 ఉండాలి. ఆ 13,500కి స్లైట్లీ మోర్ ఉండాలి. అక్కడ ఒక ఆప్షన్ ఉంది కదా, ఏం ఆప్షన్ ఉంది? 13,600 ఇది ఆన్సర్. ఆ 0.8కి ఐ కెన్ గో టు అనదర్ 100 రూపీస్ దేర్. కొంతమంది స్టూడెంట్స్కి వస్తుంటుంది డౌట్, సార్ 0.8కి నిజంగా అంత వేరియేషన్ ఉంటుందా? 0.8 upon 360, this is 45,000. You can understand 4 9s, 0 9s, 5 9s here, 5,000. 0 gets cancelled. My answer 8 into 500. 0 gets cancelled. So I will be having 400 by 400. Definitely it will get you the value. మీరు దానికోసం ఆలోచించండి. Straight away you can say up to 108 by 360 alone will give you 13,500. When there is another 0.8, when there is no 13,500, the only next option is 13,800. Okay, 13,600. So you would have seen, my friends, why are we discussing this question? The discussion of this question is not to tell you there is a question like this. The epitome, the purpose of discussing this question is not to solve some 4 or 5 problems here from this set. We would like to tell you in future, when you look at any pie chart here, you always read the questions. If they ask you about percentages, if they ask you about degrees, let's not touch the original figure. You just beat around the bush. What do you mean by beating around the bush? You just take the given numbers and then you just go by taking 360, by taking 100, and then you keep solving the problems. Okay? Let's see the next. What are the questions given? Answer the questions on the basis of information given below. The pie chart given below shows the distribution of annual expenditure on employees of an organization on different items. Total expenditure is 12 crores. Nobody ఏమంటుండు, ఒక ఆర్గనైజేషన్ ఉన్నటువంటి ఎంప్లాయీస్ మీద ఖర్చు పెట్టి ఎక్స్పెండిచర్ ఎంతో చెప్తుంది. వాళ్ళకి ఇచ్చే అలవెన్సెస్ 7%, ఎక్సలెంట్. వాళ్ళకి ఇచ్చే మెయింటెనెన్స్ 22%, ఎక్సలెంట్. medical 13%, transport 5%, then salary 30%, electricity 11%, telephone 12%. అంటే మొత్తం ఈ ఆర్గనైజేషన్లో పనిచేసే ఎంప్లాయీస్కి ఈ 12 crores మెయింటెనెన్స్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కోసం 22% ఇస్తున్నారు, ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ కోసం అని 5% ఇస్తున్నారు. కమ్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ వన్. The pie chart given below shows the department-wise distribution of number of employees. ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఒక ఆర్గనైజేషన్. ఈ ఆర్గనైజేషన్లో ఆపరేషన్ డివిజన్ ఒకటి ఉండే, కంప్యూటర్స్ డివిజన్ ఒకటి ఉండే, అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటివ్ డివిజన్ ఒకటి ఉండే, పర్సనల్ డివిజన్ ఒకటి ఉండే, మార్కెటింగ్ ఒకటి ఉండే, అకౌంటింగ్ ఒకటి ఉండే. ఇందులో ఉన్న టోటల్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ చూసుకుంటే 1200, అంటే అకౌంట్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో 14% ఉన్నారు, అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో 18% ఉన్నారు, అండ్ బ్లా బ్లా బ్లా. Now we have few of the questions. What is the total expenditure on accounts department? Badhiya hai, great. What was per employee expenditure on medical? Great. What is the total expenditure on salaries of employees in the marketing department? Excellent. What is the amount spent on electricity? Okay. And what is the expenditure on telephone for employees in the computer organization? Most of the questions, right? మనందరికీ ఒకటి అర్థమవుతుంది, ఈ క్వశ్చన్ సాల్వ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ప్రతి చోట ఎవ్రీవేర్ యూ నీడ్ టు టచ్ ద ఒరిజినల్ ఫిగర్, అదర్వైజ్ యూ కెనాట్ సాల్వ్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్, బికాస్ ద క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆర్ వెరీ డైరెక్ట్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద అమౌంట్ స్పెంట్ ఆన్ సో అండ్ సో, వాట్ ఈస్ ద అమౌంట్ స్పెంట్ ఆన్ సో అండ్ సో డిపార్ట్మెంట్ హియర్, ఎవ్రీ క్వశ్చన్ ఇస్ డైరెక్ట్. సో యూ కెనాట్ జస్ట్ టేక్ సమ్ 100 and then compare the numbers. Had been a percentage comparison, that method will work, but for these kind of type of questions that will not work. Let us see how do we go about. ఏమి ఇచ్చారు చూద్దాం చూడండి. The pie chart given below shows the department of so and so. ఈ క్వశ్చన్లో టోటల్ ఎక్స్పెండిచర్ 12 crores అని ఇచ్చిండు. You all know 1 crore in the sense 100 lakhs, so I can call it as 1200 lakhs. నేను చెప్పంగానే చాలా మంది అడుగుతారు, ఇప్పుడు దాన్ని ఎలా తీసుకుంటే నష్టమైందని అడుగుతారు. ఖచ్చితంగా ఉంది. పర్సంటేజ్ అంటే కంపారిజన్ is very simple with 100. Maintenance 22%. What is the meaning? For every 100, 22. 1200 అంటే 12 into 22. Telephone 12%. In the sense, for every 100 rupees, 12. For 1200 lakhs, 12 into 12 lakhs. అంటే ప్రతి 100కి ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ 11 రూపీస్ అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ ఎన్ని 100s ఉన్నాయి? 1200s ఉన్నాయి. అందువల్ల 12 into 11 అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు నాకు వచ్చే నెంబర్స్ ల్యాక్స్లో వస్తాయి. సిమిలర్గా కింద చూడండి, ఇక్కడ టోటల్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ 1200 ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు అకౌంట్లో ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు? 14% ఉన్నారు. వాట్ మీన్ బై 14%? For every 100, 14. For 1200, 12 into 14. Administration department 18%. For every 100, 18. For 1200, 12 into 18. It's very simple comparison. Now let's start the first question. What is the total expenditure on accounts department? Accounts department మీద total expenditure ఎంత? మొత్తం నా దగ్గర 1200 lakhs ఉంది. నా దగ్గర ఉన్నటువంటి ఎంప్లాయీస్ మొత్తం 1200 ఉన్నారు. సో పెర్ ఎంప్లాయీకి 1200 by 1200 వచ్చింది ఇంటూ, ఇప్పుడు అకౌంట్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో ఎంత ఉన్నారు చూడండి. అకౌంట్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఎంత ఉన్నారు? 14% కదా. ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ 100, 14. ఫర్ 1200, 12 into 14. దిస్ ఈస్ ఇంటూ 12 into 14. సింప్లిఫై ద ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్. 12 14s, 12 into 14 in the sense 168, right? Lakhs, 10 power 5. ఇప్పుడు ఈ ప్రాబ్లం మీరు ఎలా సాల్వ్ చేసుకుంటారు? దట్స్ అప్ టు యూ. నౌ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ నెంబర్ ఇన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఆఫ్ యూ. హౌ డు యూ సాల్వ్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్? ఇట్స్ అప్ టు యూ. ఐ హ్యావ్ 168 lakhs. Will you call it as 16.8 into 10 lakhs, which is million? Yes, you have an answer. So the answer is 16.8 million. ఈ ప్రాబ్లమ్ని ఈ 100 మెథడ్లో సాల్వ్ చేసుకుంటే మీకు చాలా సింపుల్ అయిపోతుంది. Let's go to the next question. What is the next question? What was per employee expenditure on medical? First of all, medical field లో జరిగిన expenditure అంతా చూద్దాం. 13%. Total expenditure is 1200 lakhs. For every 100, 13%. For 1200, 12 into 13 lakhs. This is total medical expenditure. కానీ నా దగ్గర ఉన్న నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ 1200 ఉన్నారు. బై 1200, దిస్ ఈస్ పర్ ఎంప్లాయీ. 12 క్యాన్సిల్ అయిపోయింది. 13 into lakh by 100, 10 power 5 by 10 squared. అంటే నాకు వచ్చేది 10 cube కదా, అంటే దాని ఆన్సర్ 13,000. for every single employee, the expenditure we are having on medical is 13,000. Clear? Am I clear? Go to the next one. What is the total expenditure on salaries of employees in marketing department? On salaries of employees in marketing department. Let's go to this one. Better thing is I just erase. Give me a second time. Wonderful. Total 1200 crores, which is 1200 lakhs. 12 crores, 1200 lakhs. In that salary, 30%. For every 100, 30. For 1200, 12 into 30 lakhs, right? Total number of employees is 1200. So for every single employee, it is by 1200. Now in marketing department, they are talking about what are the number of employees. In marketing department, it's a 17%. For every 100, 17. For 1200, it is 12 into 17, right? Simplify the expression. 12, 12 gets cancelled. 12 into 17, 120, and this is 12 sevens are 84, which is 204 into 3. This is 612. My number is 612 into lakh by 100, right? And there is another 0 as well. But the thing is, you cancel a 0 here itself. Lakh by 0, that is 10 power 4. I'll repeat the whole question. మొత్తం నా దగ్గర ఉన్నటువంటి ఎక్స్పెండిచర్ 1200 lakhs ఉండే, అందులో శాలరీస్ మీద 30% ఖర్చు పెట్టాలి. ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ 100, 30 రూపీస్. ఫర్ 1200 lakhs, 12 into 30 lakhs. Why it is 30? Because salary is 30%. For every 100, 30 rupees. For 1200, 12 into 30 rupees. Lakh అనేది ఇక్కడ నెంబర్ యాడ్ అయిందంతే. By total number of employees is 1200. Now this is per employee. But in marketing department, the total number of employees we have is 17%. Total 1200 employees. For every 100, 17 employees. For 1200, 12 into 17 employees. If I simplify the expression, the value is going to be 612. After all divisions, you got 612 into 10 power 4. ఇప్పుడు మనందరికీ ఉన్న కామన్ క్వశ్చన్, దీన్ని ఎలా కన్వర్ట్ చేయాలి? దీనికోసం మీరు ఏం కష్టపడకండి, ఆప్షన్ చాయిస్ పోదాం. ఆప్షన్ చాయిస్లో ఎలా కన్వర్ట్ చేద్దాం అలా చేద్దాం. 612 into 10 power 4. ఒక డెసిమల్ ఇక్కడ పెట్టుకుందాం, 10 power 5 అని రాద్దాం. ఉందా అలాగా? లేదు. అంటే 61.2 into 10 power 5 అని రాసుకోవచ్చు. ఇక్కడ ఎక్కడ ఉందా? లేదు. ఇంకొక డెసిమల్ పెట్టుకుని 6.12 into 10 power 6 అంటే 6.12 million అని రాసుకోవచ్చు. ఉందా? ఎస్, ఇస్ ఆన్సర్. మీరు ఇక్కడ రానిచ్చినాక ప్యానిక్ అవ్వకండి. యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ సాల్వ్ ద క్వశ్చన్. ద ఓన్లీ థింగ్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ యూ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్. ఇట్స్ అ వెరీ డైరెక్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. వాట్ ద అమౌంట్ స్పెంట్ ఆన్ ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ? క్వశ్చన్లో డైరెక్ట్ ఉండే. మీ అందరికీ తెలుసు, ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ మీద 11% ఉండే. ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ 100, 11. ఫర్ 1200, 12 into 11 lakhs, which is 132 lakhs is the answer. ఈ క్వశ్చన్కి ఆన్సర్ 132 lakhs ఉండాలి. ఆప్షన్ చాయిస్లో ఎట్టిచ్చారో చూద్దాం మనం. 132 lakhs. Is it there? Not there. 13.2 million. Is it there? Not there. None of these is the answer. అంటే క్వశ్చన్ చాలా సింపుల్. మనందరినీ దీన్ని కాంప్లికేట్ చేయడం కోసమని he only changed the decimal value there. Last but not the least, in this entire session, what was the expenditure on telephone for employees in the computer science department? Telephone employees in the computer science department. Total 1200 lakhs. Now you are talking about telephone. Telephone, the expenditure is 12%. ఇక్కడ రాద్దాం. 1200 lakhs లో 12%, which is 12 into 12 lakhs. This is the telephone expenditure. By total number of employees is 1200. Computer science department, right? Computer department. కంప్యూటర్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో 8% ఉన్నారు. ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ 100 8, ఫర్ 1200 12 into 8. ఇది మనకి ఇచ్చిన వాల్యూ. ఇందులో ఒక నెంబర్ మనం క్యాన్సిల్ చేసుకుందాం. 12 gets cancelled, and then the value will be 12 into 12 144 into 8 lakh by 100, that is 1000. This is 32 2 3, 32 plus 3 35 3, 8 plus 3 11. Your answer is 1152k. Your answer is 1152k, in the sense 1000. I can say 11.52 lakh. Is it there? Yes, it is there. Today, you would have seen, my friends, we were doing a DA set, and you would have seen the way we solve the problem set. Anyway, there's no complication. Numbers, let them give their own. It's up to you. How do you make it? Please understand, you would like to prepare for an MBA entrance exam, wherein you would like to get into the management education. As a part of that, you will come across a lot of problems, and you need to have a better solution for that. In DA, you will be showcasing the same managerial quality. Let them give their own numbers, but I'm not ready to accept their number and then solve the problem. I would like to take my own number, convert the problem as per my convenience, and arrive at the solution what they want for. I'm a manager. Okay, stay tuned. In the next class, we'll go for a few more models. Till then, all the best.